Hey everyone! Season 8 of Adventure Time is right around the corner, so I couldn't resist making something Adventure Time themed. And of course, Beemo is absolutely adorable, so I had a lot of fun with this one. So, let's get started! You will need yarn in a variety of colors that I will list in the description box below, teal colored felt, scissors, a tapestry needle, an X-Acto knife, a marker, glue, plastic canvas, and the pattern I made, which will be linked in the description box below. First, you'll need to cut out each of the sides from your plastic canvas. You'll need 4 sides that are 33 by 35 squares and the top, which is 33 by 33 squares. All you need to do for this is count the squares that are needed for each side and then mark it with a marker. After that, just cut straight across where you marked it while making sure that the side you're using has a flat edge, since plastic canvas has those little pieces that can stick out. For the top piece, you'll also need to mark and cut out the center with an X-Acto knife. The top should look like this when you're done cutting it. Now you'll just need to follow the pattern. I personally chose to begin in the upper left corner of the face, but you can really begin anywhere. All you need to do is count the squares to the place you want to start on the pattern, and then just count to the same spot on your plastic canvas. Once you find your starting point, just put your needle with your yarn through the hole from the bottom up. Leave about an inch of the yarn sticking out of the back. Now look at where the stitch ends on the pattern and go back down through with your needle. From there, just follow the pattern to the next stitch. Make sure to always come back up on the same side that you started. So I started this stitch on the left, so when I come back up for the next stitch, I will also come up on the left. This makes it so that the back ends up being more full and less see-through in the end. Also, as you make your stitches in the beginning, you will want to make sure the stitches on the back are going over that 1-inch tail of yarn we left. This will hold it in place so that nothing comes undone. Extra yarn should be trapped under your stitches like this. Once you're finished with the border around the face, you can move on to the eyes and mouth. Since they are the same color as the border, I'm just going to continue with the same yarn I've been using without ending it just yet. You can follow the pattern exactly and do all small stitches, but I decided that I prefer making the stitches for this project all long. The small stitches on the pattern just make it easier to count the squares. So what I do whenever there are stitches of the same color in a straight diagonal line is I come up at the beginning of the first stitch, then go back down at the end of the last stitch. It should come out looking like this. Now just follow the pattern for the rest of the face. Once you're completely finished, just flip it over and slide your needle with the yarn underneath any row of stitches that you made so that it is held in place, and cut. Now filling in the face is super easy because you don't even have to look at the pattern. Just take the light teal yarn and fill in all of the open space inside of the rectangle you made. Also, you can choose to just start your new yarn in the same way you ended the black yarn, so you won't have to worry about the tail. Just continue to follow the pattern to finish the rest. I find that it's easier to do the details first so that you can easily fill in the rest without having to look at the pattern. After this, all you need to do is follow the rest of the pattern in the same way and finish the back, sides, and top. Here's what they'll look like when they're all done. Next, take your felt and glue the back side of each of the pieces to it. Once they're all glued on, just let them sit until they're dry. After they're dry, it's time to cut them out. After everything is cut out, you can take the top and add the stitching that goes around the center opening. Just try to make sure that all of your stitches go through the felt as well. You're also going to have to leave a tail when you begin your stitch here, so make sure it stays under your stitches as you go. Now it's finally time to start putting everything together. We'll start by attaching each of the pieces to the top. I find that it's easiest to hold them back to back. When you go to start, make your first stitch go through from the middle. This way your tail will be on the inside. Now just stitch all the way across, again making sure that you're going through the felt as well. This is what it should look like. Now just do the same thing for all of the other sides. Once everything is attached to the top, it is time to stitch the rest together. You just need to do the same stitch that you did to attach everything to the top, only now it's down each edge. It can be a little trickier because you can't place them directly together anymore, but just take your time and it will all come together. Here's what it should look like. Now you just need to do all of the other sides. Now that everything is connected, the only thing left to do is add the stitching that goes all the way around the bottom. And after you're finished with that, you're all done! If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe because there's more to come, and I'll see you next time!